comes this October morning.
Hi y'all, it's Kelly from LOCH BRIAR KNITS coming to you from a very sunny and apparently quite cold Nova Scotia, Canada, where I live with my husband and our golden retriever, which hasn't made an appearance yet. I heard him upstairs. I thought he was coming down, but nope, not yet. Yeah, so this is a knitting podcast, so welcome to all the new viewers. Thank you so much for stopping by, and to the returning viewers, thank you so much for hanging in with me every couple of weeks as we do another podcast. And this one, I thought last episode was my 1-year anniversary, and then I did the math. Let's not even go there. I did the math and realized that last episode was the last episode of my first year. So technically, today is the first year POD-A-VESARY. So, woohoo! And I have nothing planned. It's just another day, folks. But actually, I do want to say thank you so much for everybody who's popped in and joined the podcast and left comments and joined the Ravelry group and all of that good stuff. Hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up. That really kind of helps get the word out. And we've been steadily growing every episode with new subscribers. So thank you so much. I really enjoy having you guys here. I love doing this. It's so much fun being part of the knitting community. I don't know why I didn't do it earlier. Anyway, so thank you guys so much. So I am going to do something. And here's what the idea that I had. So I think what I will do is I'm going to put a question in the, I was going to do it in the down bar. No, I'll do it in the down bar. So basically let me know that if you had your choice of 2 skeins of yarn that you could have dyed up in colors of your choice, what would they be? And then maybe what I think I will do is I will pick a winner from using the random number generator, and then I'll just count down for everybody who replied to the question. And make sure you reply to the question because otherwise the numbers aren't in sequence. I have to pull from there just to make it fair. So make sure you hit reply and answer. And then the winner will get hand-dyed yarn from the colors that they have chosen, provided I have them in stock. But I pretty much have most colors in stock, so we should be okay. Yeah, so that's what we'll do. And then I'll throw in a couple of other little goodies to go in the package as well. So that's just my way to thank you guys for showing up for each episode and taking part in all the yarny goodness which we have today. So first off, I'm going to tell you I have found a new tea. It may not be a new tea, it's new to me. So I am drinking out of my shop around the corner mug. Once we refocus, there we go. This is really good. I don't usually drink black tea in the morning because it sometimes bothers my stomach in the morning. It doesn't bother my stomach in the evening. I don't know what's up with that. But if I drink it in the evening, it will literally keep me awake all night. More so, I could drink 3 cups of coffee and not have the same effect that black tea has on me as far as keeping me awake at night. But this tea doesn't seem to bother me. So it is, let's see if I can get this up here. Double Bergamot Earl Grey Black Tea. It's from Stash, who are one of my go-tos. It is so good. Like, I love Earl Grey tea, but the bergamot and double bergamot, I don't know. Twice the dose? I don't know. I don't even know what bergamot is, really. Honestly, I don't know. But it is so good. And it's really hot. Oh, so actually, you may have noticed. Yeah, it's up. It's up, people. The shelf is finally up. Woo! And I have stuff on it. I was kind of trying to figure out what to put on it. So I have my first 3 books in my series. And then I've got like, oh, wait. Check this out. Where's my on button? There. Lights are on. Nobody's home. The little thing up here, I'm going to see if I can turn this. That thing there, my sister made me for Christmas, which I love. It's got all these little, like sea glass and charms and beads. It's really awesome. And then I've got my little spools. Anyway, the shelf is up. We've got little lights. We're all good to go. And I also framed my mother. Yeah. So, it's been a busy week. It has been a busy week. And we're going to move right into finished objects. Because I finished my birthday socks. Woohoo! Check it out, people! So this is from my January non-repeatable colorway. And this, oops. This is the second sock. I think I showed you the first sock last episode. So this is the second one. The second one had even more pops of red in it than the first one. So I'm just going to see if I can get this up without knocking my microphone over. Oops, maybe do it this way, Kelly. So there's like lots of little specks of red. I partridge heel. I did a picture of the finished ones for any of you who follow my Instagram, which I totally forgot. You know what? We totally messed up and didn't do administration. So we'll do this first, then we'll go back to administration. But my Instagram, which I'll just put it down here. If you follow it, you saw I posted a picture. I took the picture at the office, and it was kind of a sucky picture because the lighting at the office is sucky. So it looked really washed out. So I'm going to have to take a proper picture today and put that back up. But I absolutely love this colorway. And I did it on my Gush base, which is MCN. And it's 80% superwash merino, 10%, 20% cash. No. Did I mention math was not my thing? Numbers. It's okay, I'm good. I'm good. 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. There. And I messed with my camera. There we go. When I moved it. That'll do. So these are super soft, and as the base is called Gush, they're nice and gushy. I can't wait to get these on my feet. I haven't worn them yet. I tried them on. They fit perfect. I've got little feet, as you can see. Little, like, mini feet. Here's my hand. My feet are much bigger than my hands, and I've got small hands. So, a bit of a freak that way. So I've got both of them done. So those are probably going on my feet today because I love them. So now I have to cast on another pair. But that's my only finished object. I was, and you'll know why shortly when we get into whips. If any of you follow my Instagram feed, you probably already know because my attention has been hijacked by another project. And it's all I want to work on. So anyways, these are my birthday socks. They're on my 2/12 a.m. January colorway. There's still some of that left in the shop. And just in case I forget to mention it when we get to shop news at the very end, there's not very much shop news. I have a sale going on right now until tomorrow, which is probably tomorrow when you watch this, is going to be today if you watch it the day it's uploaded, where there's 15% off everything in the shop. I'm going to extend that until the end of the month. Just if you guys want to go in, there's lots of good stuff in there. I'll show you some of it at the end of the podcast. But this is the January non-repeatable colorway, and it's basically a nice soft gray with navy, little stripes going through, and then splotches of red. So those are, because my birthday's in January and 2:12 a.m. is the time I was born, so I made them in all my favorite colors. And that's my finished object. But before we go any further, administration, where to find me. So I already popped down the Instagram. I'll just stick it again there. Kelly L. Boyce. And I'm most active on Instagram. And I also have a Facebook page. And there's a Ravelry group for the podcast. We've got, it's slowly growing. There's not a whole lot of chatter in it, so feel free to go on in there, join up, make some noise, get some stuff going on. I'd really love to kind of grow that and get it more active. And I'm still sort of a bit of a newbie as far as having a group. I started it shortly, I think, after I started doing the podcast. But I haven't really done a whole lot as far as different things. Like we haven't had a Cal going on. We haven't, I don't know, there is a finished object thread in there. I think it's called Show Me Your Foes. Something like that. So I would love to see, wouldn't be a podcast without the random bang. That refuses to behave. Okay. One of these days I'm just going to cut that off, probably mid-podcast. But there's a Show Me Your Foe thread in there, and I would love to see some of the finished projects you guys are working on. And just tell me a little bit about it, because it's a great way, I think, for not just me, but for other people in the group to find new stuff to do and maybe be inspired. So head on over to the Ravelry group, and if you guys see a thread right there that you guys want me to open up, I'm more than happy to do it. There's also an Ask Me Anything thread in there. Feel free, ask me anything. Doesn't have to be knitting related. So just pop that in there, and then we can answer it. Either I can answer it there, or I'll answer them on the podcast as well. And what else have we got in there? The show notes can be found in there. But yeah, I'd really like to get that a little more active. So head on over, and if you're not a member, join up. There'll be some giveaways in there once we get going. We did the pom-pom giveaway from the Ravelry group, and I find doing giveaways in the Ravelry group a little easier because they number your posts. So I can do the random number generator. I don't have to like count down. It's a little idiot proof in that sense. So head on over and join up, and let's get some chatter going. Let's chat. Also, if you have any teas, that would be a good thread. What you drinking? I love discovering new teas, new coffees. I am a latte addict. If I do not have at least one latte a day, it gets ugly. I'm not going to lie. Oh, so good. So, I really like that tea. That may be my new addiction. Anyway, so yeah, what else have we got for administration? Facebook page is Loch BRIAR Knits. Etsy shop is Loch BRIAR Knits, and obviously over on Etsy. And that's where I sell all my yarny goodness. And I think that's about it. So we did the giveaway for the over 200, I almost said over 200,000 subscribers. Again, math, numbers. Over 200 subscribers. And the lovely viewer, Kay Craig, Kathy, who is, was the winner. And she won the My Needles Craft pouch. And she won. I was going to select the yarn, and I didn't know which yarn I was going to select yet. So this is the one. I'll take the little, push the little ball band down so you can get a sense. This is, she got Pop and Circumstance, which is all kinds of nice little pops of beautiful colors. And she got that in the Gush base, which this one here is. So this has like some aqua, some purple, got some bright green, some little neon green coming through here, and then there's like little kind of specks of gray. So she got that, and the great thing was she literally lives around the corner from me. Small world. So I got to hand deliver it and meet her, and she's a lovely lady. So congratulations, Kathy. It was great to meet you. That's the great thing. If you do live close enough, I hand deliver. So that was what Kathy won, and that was for the 200 plus subscribers. If we ever reach to over 200,000, we're gonna break the internet, and I may just have to give you all my yarn for that. So, so I think that's everything for administration. So, yeah, I'm trying to think. Maybe the 1 year POD-A-VESARY I will do over on Ravelry. So pop on over there, because it's going to be easier for me to count the numbers since we've seen my math skills. So pop on over to that, and I will call it the 1 year POD-A-VESARY giveaway, and just answer the question. And I'm not going to respond to your questions just because that's going to screw up the numbering. So I'll wait until after the giveaway and is the numbers drawn, and then I can go in and chat with you. And I'm really curious to see what different colorway combinations you guys will come up with. I think it'll be fantastic, and give me some ideas too. I was looking for fresh ideas. So I think that's it for administration. I think that's everything. So we're going to move right on to what's on my needles. Ba, ba, ba. So, okay. In one of my loop bags. Oops. Oh my God. Seriously? These bags are... I know I'm obsessed. I say this every podcast, but I love them. I love them. So, here is what has captured my attention all week. I cast this on, I caked the balls up last weekend, and I may have, I think I started it on Sunday. And this is what it is. This is what it is, people. Where's my pattern? So, it is, find the cover. Sorry for the noise. So here it is. Let's see if I can get that up. I can't see where it is, so hopefully it's... So it's the Phoebe scarf, and it's done in multiple colors, and so here's kind of gives you a sense of the striping, and then there's some fringe as well. So Mimi at my local yarn store, The Loop. It's her mom that makes these bags. She had it done, and I think a few episodes ago, probably about 5 episodes ago, I did a little video montage from hers, and I wanted the exact same. I'm a total copycat. I loved it so much. I was just like, give me the yarn that you used, and let's have at it. So, here we are. I can't put this thing down. It is such an easy knit, and I'm probably, okay, bear with me for a second here. I'm going to make some noise. All right. So, here's what I've got done so far. Okay, I don't know. Let's try. I can't even see. I don't even know. Can you see? Okay, so we're going to start out this way. As you can see, it's like got the little, starts off, and then it grows, and it grows, and it grows. And I'm going to get a little closer here. Oops. So, I'm doing, oh, that was effective. Okay. So clearly, there. All right. So I started off with the dark gray. So I'm using Barack, I always want to say Barack Obama when I start off with that. Barocco. So, here's the yarn I'm using. I cannot rave about this yarn enough. I want to make a sweater out of this yarn. So this is what the yarn is. Barocco, I don't know how to say that. I think it's like Mexican or Spanish. Just from the, yeah, I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to butcher the language that this is. But it is, I think they come in 50-gram balls. I think. They're smaller. Yeah, 50 grams. 1.75 ounces. You get 164 yards, 150 meters. Made in Peru. What language do they speak in Peru? Spanish? Peruvian? Peruvian. Peruvian? I've never been to Peru. I should add that to my list. Anyway, this is 60% extra fine merino wool, 20% baby alpaca, and 20% yak. And this yarn, it is so soft, and it is so, it's so awesome. But it's very, like, the drape to it is beautiful. It's beautiful. Like, I want a sweater out of it. So the first color change I did was the navy blue. And now I'm in, then you do another stripe of, like, the gray. And now I'm into the teal. I'm all about the teal today. Like, I seem to be in a bit of a teal kick, which is funny because I never used to like teal. And now I'm like, I can't get enough teal. So, it is such a simple knit, but there's something like super addictive about it. I don't know what it is. And Mimi at The Loop warned me that that's what's going to happen. So the color I do, if you look on Instagram, I've got all the colors that are out there. There's sort of 2 main colors, and you start off with one, and then this is the light gray, which will be the main color. I had to take the lint roller to this because I had so much dog hair on it. Because I didn't realize how much dog hair I had on my black tights, which is stupid. I should have gold hair, black tights. I think I just put it all over the work in progress. So anyway, This is, sorry, that's not the light gray. Yes, that's the light gray. No, it's not. That's the light blue. That's the light gray. That's the second main color. So you kind of use the dark gray for the first half, and then I'm switching to the light gray. I mean, you don't have to do it that way. You can choose the colors however you want, but this is how Mimi had it done, and I really, really liked it. And then, after the teal is going to be the red. Isn't that a gorgeous red color? And then, I can't remember the sequence. I'd have to look at my pattern. Where is my pattern? I don't know. Where'd you put it, Kelly? Okay, so put the glasses back on for this one. Then we're gonna go for the green. Then you're gonna do like some striping where you switch back and forth between the two main colors. And then there's going to be, this is, it's not showing up very well, but it's like a sage green. And then gold, which looks like marigold. So these are going to kind of start to, start to lighten up a bit on the bottom half. Where'd my blue go? And then my light blue. And then I think that's it. Yeah, then that's it. So the lighter colors are going to be on the light gray base, and then the, darker colors are on the dark gray base. That's how we're doing it. So anyway, I can't rave about this enough. And I have a feeling, going at the rate that I've been going, that, I mean, I think this was, when I got up this morning, it's like 10 o'clock here right now. What day is this? February 17th? I was like around here, and I was probably around here, in about an hour. I don't even think it was an hour. I knit out that much. So yeah, it's flying off the needles, and I got my little sheepy progress keeper there. Little sheep. And I'm doing this on my Addi Turbo lace needles, and I love these actually. These are great needles. And I'm doing it on, I went down a size from what the pattern calls for, but I went with the size that the yarn called for. So these are on US 5 3.75 needles. So that's that. But that's not all I've worked on. My stomach just went empty. Do you ever have that happen? Like, I swear to God, my stomach, I don't gradually get hungry. I'm like, starving. I'm starving. So anyway, here it is. In my other loop bag with my Alice in Wonderland little motif on it is my sweater. So I've made some progress, not a whole lot, because I got to a point where I wanted to check something out first to make sure I was doing it right. So I kind of have to see the problem I'm having, and it's just like trying to deprogram my brain. I'm picturing this as the bottom of the sweater when in fact it's actually the top. So I've got about this much done, and I just wanted, there was just the way that they had, that the instructions were written. I wanted to make sure I was interpreting them right. So I'm doing the Puntilla by Joji Locatelli, and I am using, if I have it up there so I don't have to drag it out. No. Do I have some in here? Oh, There we are. So I'm using this yarn, which is Ilmani Echo Llama, and it is so incredibly soft. So I'm doing the sweater in, it's like a gray brown. It's like a gray, but it's got brown undertones. It's like a gray. It is a gray with brown undertones. And then the lace portion that you knit along the waist hem and the sleeves, the cuffs, is going to be in, it's the same yarn, just in a kind of variegated gray-brown and cream, I guess. So I'm got my question answered, took it down, went down to see Mimi at the Loop just to get her to kind of explain. And it's rolling, so it's really hard to show you. How much I have done. But there's, you know, I have made progress. So I'm hoping to get a little more of this done this weekend, if I can get the other one put down. Because I do want to get going on that. I do want to make, well, I want to finish it. And I was thinking, you know, why don't you just give yourself a deadline, because I seem to work really well with deadlines, but I don't want it to feel like a job. So I'm not gonna do that. Because, you know, I've got writing, like I've got deadlines for my writing, and I've got deadlines at work, get the day job, and really, do I need another deadline? So that's what's kind of been on my needles. However, future knitting. Now that I have these bad boys off the needles, I've got my other sock projects in my other loop bags. I'm like a loop bag hoarder. I was going to say something else, but I don't want to offend. I don't want to offend y'all with my potty mouth. I have a serious potty mouth. I should just say that up front. So if anything does slip out, my apologies, but that's sometimes how I roll. These are my socks. These are my log cabin house yarn. I always get the name screwed up. Do I have it in here? I don't even think I have it in here. I do have some more of theirs, though. Log house cottage, not cabin. Cottage. So anyway, I have these. This is sock number 1. So I'm kind of right at the point where I could go a little further. I may go a little further. I might make the leg a little longer on these ones. I've got those ones to work on and finish. And I've got, where's the, I've got sock number 2 of these ones to finish. And actually, I have to go I'm going down to see my sister tonight, so I might get her to try these on, because I think they might fit her better than me. So that's that one. So I need sock number 2 for that. And, nope, did that one already. Then I've got my sock number 2 for my forest and sky ones out of my own yarn. But I really want to cast on a new sock. And I know I said I was only going to have 3 socks on the go at a time, but I probably lied. I'm probably going to do one more. And I think it's going to be these, which are the Log House Cottage, because I am desperate to see how these colors knit up. Like, I desperately. So I really want to see how these colors. Like, I mean, honestly, people, look at the vibrant. So, yeah, I might take these up this weekend, and I might. But maybe what I'll do is I'll start the other two first, that I have the second sock that I need to start before I start that one. Maybe that's the deal I'll make myself. I have to get the second socks started, and then I can cake that one up and start it. That's what I'll do. See, I feel better. I feel better. I feel like I'm being responsible. I don't know how that actually equates to responsibility, but whatever. Let's go with it. So the other future knitting, I was going to show you a yarn that I got for the Easy One sweater that Joji Locatelli put the pattern out for, but I'm going to actually hold off because I'm waiting for the rest of it to arrive. But let me tell you this, it's not gray and it's not navy. I branched out. It's going to be a completely different color. So that's kind of everything for works in progress. I don't think I'm going to cast on the Easy One sweater until I am almost finished, at least almost finished, the puntilla. And yeah, so I'm not sure what else is in the queue. I haven't picked out a shawl pattern yet. I was looking for one and I had a lot of really great suggestions, and some of them were fantastic. I was trying to find one that took up 2 skeins, where no skein was required more than 400 yards. So you guys came up with a lot of great suggestions. Thanks so much for all of that. And now I have like quite a few to choose from. So, Vera Valimaki came out with a new pattern, her gelato shawl, which takes 3 colors. And I may look at doing that one, and it takes 3 colors, but I have enough leftover yarn from previous socks and shawls and whatever that I could probably pull from that and use some of my leftover stash. I was looking at starting the granny stripe blanket, but I'm not going to do that yet. I don't know how to crochet, and I think learning the sweater right now is enough of a learning curve before I learn how to like deal with the granny blanket. Here's the other thing, the other reason I'm on the fence is that a knit blanket or a crocheted blanket in a house with a golden retriever is going to just get covered in golden retriever fur. And the only way it couldn't is maybe if I put it here, because he doesn't come in here very much. I usually keep the door to my office closed, just because I have my yarn in here, and even though it's in baskets sort of like this that protect it, you know, I'd like to have one place in the house that's a little dog hair free. So I don't know, I haven't decided, and I suppose it would make sense if I put it in here because this is my office, this is kind of my creative space, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. I probably will start it at some point, but the point is not now. So that's about it. I don't really have, I am getting really itchy to cast on something new though, I will say. Although the Phoebe scarf has sort of helped with that, because it's been so much fun to work with. It's just totally, you know, it's like I want to knit it all the time. So that's helped a little as far as that's concerned, but I don't know, I'm getting itchy to cast on something else. So yeah, I don't know what it's going to be yet. But don't be surprised if next episode there's something new in the needles. So, that is about it. There's, let's see if there's anything else. You know what? Oh, there is something else. I do have something else in my needles. And I probably haven't worked on this as much as I should because everything sort of got hijacked by the Phoebe scarf. But my husband's scarf, which is sort of mushed up because it was in the bag, it did get some love. It did get some love this week. Try to stretch it out here. So I'm knitting this, and it's just, he just wanted kind of a plain pattern. I don't even know if you can tell from here. There's like, it's got the garter border on each side, and then these sections here are stocking knit, and then there's like gonna be garter borders sort of separating them. So I saw a pattern, and I cannot remember who it was from. I just saw a picture of it, and then I clicked on it, the link, to go to the pattern, but the link didn't take you anywhere. So, and it was called, I think, the Cinder Block Scarf. So I thought, well, it's simple enough. It's basically just kind of garter, stocking net, you know, like, and then garter, stocking net, garter, so that it kind of looks like cinder blocks. And I thought that's simple enough. You know, that's kind of what he was looking for, just something simple. I'm knitting this on the Manitoba colorway with the dog hair, in the Fleece Artist National Park, and I think it was Riding Mountain was their National Park colorway. So that's what that's in. It's just a single fingering weight yarn, and it's nice and soft. It'll be nice and warm. Kind of like how that looks. I thought the brown was actually going to be a little dull to work with, but I kind of like how it's turning out. Anyways, he'll probably get that in time for next winter, because we haven't really been getting much of a winter. It's cold out today, but it was like 8 degrees. I think next week we're getting a couple of days that are like 10 or 11 degrees. I don't know. It's weird. But that's in my Longview Creation camper bag, my retro campers. So yeah, I have been working on that, just not as much as I should have been. Sorry, honey. Yeah, so that's kind of that's all the projects I'm working on. I didn't go super crazy on the acquisitions, but I did buy a few little things. Well, and by a few little things, I mean like a few little things of yarn. So, let me just see if I can get this. Which way did I have that? Okay. So, ta-da! See if I can get these in. Ah! That did not work. Okay, hang on. I'll try it this way. There we go. So, when I was getting Mimi to help me with my sweater instructions, I happened to see this new things that were here at the shop, and I just started kind of piecing them together as far as if I were going to do some sort of a fade. And this is sort of the colors that I picked out. So I don't even know what I'm making with them. But it is 100% merino wool. It's from Louette. Super fine fingering weight. They're called gems. Let's see if I can get that up there. So I don't know. Oh yeah. So this is the pewter color, and they're, let me see if they've got, I know they do. Where 50 grams skein, 185 yards. So this is the pewter. This is cloud gray. So it's not, it's like a very, very pale gray. This is heron gray, although to me, honestly, it looks blue. It looks like a, it definitely looks like blue to me. This is Kelly green, but honestly, this looks more like forest green. So, whatever. And this one is eggplant, and it looks like eggplant. So, you know. What are you gonna do? So I have no idea, but I basically have what? 250 grams. Which, how many did I say? 185. Did I say 185 yards? So, yeah, I don't know what the total is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe like 800 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, maybe around 800 yards-ish, give or take. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to make with that, but I just loved the way that the colors kind of blended together. So, yeah, and they weren't really that expensive. So, there you go. That is not my only purchase this week, but the other stuff is for my fiber share partner, so I'm not going to show you because I haven't sent it to her yet. So, but I will take a picture before I send it, and then after she receives it, I'll give you the lowdown. And I think that's kind of everything that we have. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'm probably forgetting stuff. I think that's it, though. I think that's it. So, yeah, I guess then shop update. This is going to be pretty quick. So, like I said, there's 15% off of everything in the shop right now, and I am going to extend that until the end of the month. So you don't have to use a coupon code or anything like that. You just, everything's marked down like right from the shop. And you find the shop here. But let me show you some of the goodies that have been added. I'll show you some of the goodies that have been added recently. So this was the non-repeatable colorway 212 AM. That's for the January one, and I'm going to try, see if I can that. So that's a soft gray base, and then the navy, and then pops and speckles of red. So, and again, this kind of gives you a sense of how that knits up. And I loved it. Like, I love the gray, the kind of the gentle gray base, and then just the nice pops of color over it. So this is in several bases. I think there's one left in the glitter base, which is a gold stellina, the BFL base, Twisted Sister, which this one is on. I think it may be sold out of Gush. I can't quite remember, but there is some in the classic sock. And then there's also the Pop and Circumstance one in the Gush base and the classic sock base and the Twisted Sister base. Don't think there was any left in the glitter. Then the Woodsy. So I think the Gush base again is sold out. This is I love this one. I kept one for myself because the brown didn't saturate as much as I wanted to. But I love this base. It's just, there's just something nice and earthy about it. And the green kind of doesn't show up very well, but I do have it on my Instagram, and of course it's in the Etsy shop, and it shows the color much better. It shows it true to what it is. But this is really great. I mean, it's good. So anyway, this is Woodsy, and it is on the classic fingering, I know, classic sock base, the Twisted Sister base, and I think it's sold out of Gush though. So that's still in the shop. And then these are the ones, I haven't shown you guys these ones yet. This reminded me of like the Peach Pit, and so I called it It's the Pit. So it's got these great little, and there's only a few of these in the shop because it was a bit of a happy accident. I was just kind of playing around, and I was like, oh, this turned out way better than I thought it would. So it's got great pops of color. It's got kind of a gold base to it with purples and kind of some plummy reds going through it. So there's only a few of that left in the shop, and that's It's the Pits. And then this is Firestorm. Actually, I'm just going to take the label off there. And this is nice pops of red and gold and orange. And this is on a couple bases. And again, this was just sort of, I was playing around in the die pots to see how the colors worked before I made too many of them. But I think I'll definitely do up some more of these probably. So this is Firestorm, and it's in a few different bases, but there's only, I think, 3 in the shop. So get them while they're hot. And then the February colorway. I love this one. I absolutely love this one. This is Bleeding Heart, and it's the February non-repeatable colorway, which I'm really regretting because I really love it. But it is got like these beautiful deep reds and purples, and there's speckling going through it as well for the red, and it's just, oh, I just love this one. And this is on, like, look at the speckling there. Oh, I just love it. There's some black speckles as well. I don't know if it's showing up here, but this is more. So this is Bleeding Heart, and this is the February non-repeatable colorway. And honestly, people, oh, I cannot wait. I may have to snag one of these for myself. But these, this one is on, I'm trying out a new base, an 80-20 sock base. So I think there's one in the 80-20, and I think there's one of the Firestorm in the 80-20 as well. It's in the classic sock, it's in the Gush base, it's in the Twisted Sister BFL base. So there's plenty of this in the shop right now, but once it's gone, it's gone. That was dumb. I really like this one. So all of these are non-repeatable for the year. I may bring some of them back into rotation in 2019 in regular rotation. But as for this year, once they're gone, they're gone. So yeah, so get them while they're hot. But oh my God, this has got to be one of my favorite colorways that I've done up. So check that out. And if you get it before the end of the month, it's 15% off in the shop. So that's it right now for shop update. Yeah, I think that's kind of everything. There's other stuff in the shop. There's other colorways, like there's still a couple of Forest and Sky left. There's, Pop and Circumstance, we've got some of those left. There is still some Any Given Monday left, which seems to be a really popular one. I'm trying to think what else is in the drawers there. There's, I think, one burning down the house left. And yeah, so go on over to the shop, the address down here, and just take a look. And until end of month for February, there is 15% off. And I think that's about it. And I think that's everything. So what's going on in my life? You know what? There is literally not a cloud in the sky. It is so beautiful out there. My husband hates this kind of weather because it's cold, but if it's sunny, I don't care how cold it is. I just want to be outside. But my husband thinks anything under 20 degrees Celsius is an abomination, so we don't do a lot of winter sports. So my sister, however, is back from Iqaluit, and she's going to be working locally now, so that's awesome. But because she was away for Christmas, we're going to go down to her house this evening, and we had her stocking for Christmas. We were responsible for that. So, because we all switched names, my husband got her name. So we're going to go down there. She got back a couple weeks ago, and we're going to open her stocking and just have some wine and some snacks. And then what else is coming up? I'm doing I'm not joining a book club. I'm showing up for a book club. They're going to be doing my book, which one? The first book in my series, which is, that's got my thing on it. So they're going to be reviewing this one, and the plan was for me to do a reading from it, but I'm actually getting my eyes dilated that day. So when I get my eyes dilated, they are like useless for about 12 hours. I can see within a few hours, I can see distance, so I'm fine to drive and stuff like that, but any kind of fine computer work or reading, and no. So they're going to, I guess maybe I'm supposed to pick out some passages, and they're going to do the reading. But here's the thing, I haven't actually read my book since shortly after it was published, probably, well, before it was published, because, you know, then you move on to the next one and the next one, and then, you know, I'm on the 10th one right now. And I've had to refer back to it a few times just to make sure that I was getting the details right, because it's sort of a cast of characters that's, you know, they show up in each book. Anyway, great salesperson, aren't I? Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to have to flip through that at some point and pick out some passages for them to read. And I have to do it before the thing on the 26th. So, yeah, I gotta get on that. What else is going on? I feel like there's something else going on this weekend. I'm getting together with another writing friend because I've got to revamp my website. So she uses Squarespace. So if anybody else uses Squarespace for a website or anything like that, you have any info to give me? Do you like it? Is it easy to use? She says she finds it pretty easy. It's kind of drag and drop-ish, which is a little easier than WordPress, which I'm using right now, which can be, I find, really finicky. So anyway, doing that this weekend. We have a long weekend. It's we have Monday off. It's Family Day in Ontario. I don't know what we call it. We change it, the name of it, I think, every year to honor a certain person, but I haven't even heard who this year it's for, so I don't know. Good promo, guys. Anyway, I think that's kind of everything that's going on here. So I did have an appointment booked on Sunday, which I switched to March, just to kind of give me some time to get some things done, and then I don't have to worry about getting up early if I don't want to after being at Allen's for the evening with the wine and all that stuff. Yeah, so I think that's about it. I think that's all that's kind of going on. I think that's it. So I am going to spend today running a couple errands, getting some more done on my sweater, maybe cast on a new sock or a second sock, and I'm definitely going to put in a little more time on my Phoebe scarf. So somewhere in between there, I also should get some writing done because I'm way behind my deadline, and yeah. So that is about everything. So don't forget to go over to the Ravelry page and or to the Ravelry group, put it down here, and answer the question for the 1-year POD-A-VESARY, and you will enter into getting a chance for your own skein of yarn hand-dyed by me, and a few other goodies that I will pick up. I don't know what they are yet. And don't forget to give a thumbs up to the podcast. That really helps kind of get the word out. The more subscribers, the more thumbs up that we get, the more it kind of, I don't know, it's a whole thing. Shows up more in other people's recommended feeds. That'll help grow the group, and the more the merrier. So thanks so much for everybody who has subscribed and all the new viewers that have shown up. You guys are awesome. So until next week, nope, not next week, 2 weeks. Until then, happy knitting, and I'll see you next time.
From night comes this October